Hey, my name is Naya Crowder, CryptoGeezy. I know he the best in Dallas, you feel me? Y'all better subscribe and tune in, you know.
Then walk off. That's all you gotta do. Let them see what they. There we go.
Hey, it's Jen, formerly known as Royalty DFW. I just want to shout out to CryptoGeezy. Y'all subscribe, like, and follow his page.
Hey, it's your girl Anya Monique, and I'm here to tell you that you need to go and subscribe to CryptoGeezy.
That's my dog.
We the mind, just like Goodfellas. Open her like a dresser. Gave her back, I could've kept her. She said I make her wetter. She want a cup, but I won't let her. Play about my money. Lead them boys on a stretcher. Money on my mind. I'm just trying to get my check up.
What's sound, man? It's CryptoGeezy. We back in here. And I mean, just for the people that don't know, again, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Man, Trinity Team, a.k.a. George Thomas, man. We ending the trilogy. We try to do it all in one day with my brother, but we had to take a break, man. We had stuff to do. It was getting late, but we come back and we going to finish it today, the final piece.
That's right. So getting straight to it, bro, you already know it's been the comments been commenting. You know, it's been some shots being sent. We see they fighting in the comments and everything. Let's just take a moment, go back and clear up a few details.
All right.
Just to level and set and rehash some things that the fans and viewers might still have question about. Did your brother know Cmurder?
No, my brother and myself was No Limit fans, man. No Limit and Cash Money hard at that time. No Limit was running the national scene. Cash Money had the New Orleans streets. So he was a super fan of No Limit Records and everything that was associated with them.
Okay, so it's safe to say y'all was fans of Cmurder growing up.
Yeah, like I said, of everything. To me and my cousin Glenn, I told you we had moved across the river. Mm-hmm. So I went to high school before I got kicked out at L.W. Higgins. So it was a guy there, Brock, who's related to Carlos from Beats by the Pound. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure the commenters know this story. So Carlos tell Brock to bring us over there. So we go over there and try to audition for them at the time. Me and my cousin Glenn, we young, like 14, 15, but I guess we didn't make the cut. But that's how deep we went for as wannabe fans. And Brock and Carlos can attest to that story.
Okay. Do you mind sharing us the first story you heard about what happened with your brother? And can you go a little more detail about how the situation evolved?
Yeah, so the first thing was my cousin Frando when I called home. So you heard me say this countless amount of times. When my older brother called and gave word to the chaplain, and the chaplain get me up when I called home, it was my cousin, my female cousin, who answered the phone. Mm-hmm. And I asked her what happened, and she said, they say Cmurder did. So I was like, how you know that's true? She was coming from another event, and she said she stopped at the store, and whoever the DJ was in there at the time, she said he didn't know that was our first cousin. So she was like, what's happening? Why all the chaos? And he said, oh, Cmurder just killed a little dude in a club. And this all before any investigation and any other stuff. This is all the night of the stuff happening, and then when I got the word.
Okay. The night, was your brother by himself or was he with any friends?
The claim is he was by himself. I don't think he was by himself. I think he was with friends because one of my homies, that's who ID he had. So when I say fake ID, I don't mean fake as in we go and make an ID off the computer. I mean fake as in it's not his ID. It was a legit ID, but it was someone else's ID that he had. And I know because I talked to that brother and we talked and he felt like stuff was his fault. But I explained to him, like, you're not God. And have you not given him the ID, he would have got it from somewhere. Because, like I said, he was a fan. He was trying to meet his idol.
Okay. So for the people, they I saw in the comments, and this is for the comments. They want to know, are you and the family filing a lawsuit against the club for allowing him to go in at a young age?
I want to say that the Silver Suit was a part of the club in True Records. But again, that stuff was handled by my parents and all that. I know how businesses work, how LLCs work. So it actually protects the club owner. So I know nothing wouldn't have came of that. And then the last thing that I heard is dude moved to California and was supposedly trying to extort them, which is another BS story. You know, you hear all them Superman stories. So I'm like, whatever, man. The club owner when I say that.
Okay. Did Cmurder rap lyrics, which often talked about shooting, killing, and street violence, affect how you process your brother's murder or shape your opinion about Cmurder in any way?
No, hip-hop music is hip-hop music, whether it came from Pac, Cmurder, whoever. Like, the gangster music is the gangster music. So it's more so of the person who did it and not the lyrics. Because
we do know it's a lot of people that's rapping that's not living
right,
life.
Correct.
When you were enraged and feeling the weight of your brother's death, did different plays or thoughts run through your mind about how to get revenge?
More so I wanted to know the truth versus the revenge. And then to be honest, part of me felt guilty as real. And it's just me being 100% honest and vulnerable. And what I mean by that is I could have done better as a big brother, but we all get caught up in, like I said, our environment. So part of me felt like, well, dang, he was trying to follow me. So the revenge segment was more on, I don't want to say just wanting to get back, but like get back on the right person at that time. And then you live that stuff, and then, like I said, the anger and hatred, like, more so start to eat you up. But when I learned about the forgiveness, I felt like 10 times better. Because as long as you're doing the right thing, then God gonna take care of anything else that's trying to oppose you. That's why I'm not tripping. That's why most of them dudes today are in jail now. And I'm not saying that in a way to step on their tragedies or what happened. I'm just saying until you come to a repentant heart, you gotta face the consequences of your actions. And I can't do nothing worse than what God gonna give it to them. So that's how I feel about that.
You said you felt like you let him down. Was it from you being in jail when it happened, or just not being the big brother you felt you should have been?
No, not being in, well, part of it being in jail, but more so the big brother. Like I think I should have been more positive, but like I say, you become a product of your environment, and you want to run the streets, and you want to do stuff that you shouldn't do. And then the little ones, they like impressionable on you, you know? You impressionable on them, I mean, they want to follow you.
At that time when you felt you wanted revenge, do you feel that getting revenge on Cmurder would have made things right or made you feel better?
At that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, at that time I was young, so I really thought eye for an eye, body for a body type deal, that you'll feel better. But knowing how things work now, not just in a physical realm, but in a spiritual realm, it wouldn't have. It would have made things worse, because something probably would have happened to me or many more people. You at war and you at odds, and it's unnecessary stuff. And now everybody dying and going to hell.
Not needing to say no names, were there any other family members ready to come with plans or ideas to get revenge?
I wouldn't say they was planning on revenge. I say they was like hurt, but I think they would have moved if I moved, obviously. But with nobody more devastated than my daddy, man. But like I said, you come to know later, when tragedy happens, it's only going to happen two ways. You're going to crash out and retaliate, and more people are going to die, or you're going to go a positive route. And you see that in the city. You see that here in DFW, but more so in the city, like why all them dudes keep crashing and burning, because it's a never-ending cycle.
How did your parents respond to these thoughts of retaliation? Did they have more street or gangster mindset, or were they focused on peace and trying to talk you and the others down from the edge?
At that time, Mama was like, she didn't know how I felt about the situation. She just wanted to make sure that I was all right. Now, when I came home, she talked to me, but I was already at peace. But she more so was like, don't do nothing stupid. Don't say nothing stupid. Like, I need you here type deal. And going trying to do something that you think won't bring your brother back, and I may lose you in the process.
With New Orleans being such a small city, did Cmurder family members ever reach out to you directly with threats or intimidation of any kind and talk that sounded like they could lead to conflict?
No, I saw his sister one time in Walmart. She was peaceful, and the daddy was all right too. Was respectful. He understood. They more so, the immediate family was more so on, they felt he was innocent. So then my daddy was like, at least y'all could visit him in jail. I can't visit my son. All I got is a gravesite. So the animosity between the families wasn't more so beef. It was more so both families had lost somebody and they was trying to reconcile. Now, I won't say threats, but like the slick talks will come from like the commenters and the people that supposedly ran with him or was on his record label and that type of stuff. And it's just more so, oh, George know he didn't do this and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear that, man. Like, miss me with that bull.
Did you and Cmurder circle have any mutual acquaintances or share relationships that played a role and added complexity to the situation?
Other than Glenn Metz, I would say no, not directly. So other than that, I would say no. Because remember, it's a different age bracket as well. But I think what happened is some of the people know the people coming from Uptown. So some of the people that knew him would know my people that was locked up and ran the streets and some stuff like that.
As of today, I know we've been getting it in. So as of today, has there been any reach out from the lawyer or anybody on the Cmurder side as far as the money?
Yeah, so last year, and I'll tell you the whole story. I had touched on it briefly. So Ron Haley, their NAACP attorney, and I think he's being disbarred now under suspension. The second time, the first time was 2021. Supposedly it was a malpractice manipulation of how they was gonna handle things to get the money. This was in the news. So I don't know if it was a similar situation where he tried to do things that wouldn't to ethical code or to what the lawyers have to follow. And then with this one, they say supposedly it was a threat or something that was going on too. I didn't get all the info. I just had caught it briefly on the news and what was online. But this would be a second time getting disbarred, and this came from the Supreme Court.
Prominent Baton Rouge civil rights attorney Ron Haley is under an interim suspension by the Louisiana Supreme Court. The one-page order released Wednesday states that the suspension is for, quote, threat of harm filed by the Office of Disciplinary Counsel and the response hereto filed by respondent. Haley declined to comment for now, telling us he will have more to say on this when he learns more about the details tied to the suspension. It's unclear how long that suspension will be in effect.
But when he called me, he kind of, even though he tried to come respectful, he rubbed me the wrong way. And the reason he rubbed me the wrong way because he said he didn't know that my parents was never paid, which is a lie. Like, you can't tell me you've been on this case all this time and you don't remember that. That was the first thing. But I still was like, man to man, I'm going to just listen to what he have to say. And he came with Eugene Collins, which was the previous NAACP president in a Baton Rouge chapter. Now, he was respectful as well. So I won't say nothing bad about Eugene Collins. Him and my same cousin that I said told me Cmurder did it, my female cousin, they jammed tight 12 plus years. So that's another one where I say like the families. And Eugene was respectful. He said, man, I'm never going to say nothing to disrespect your brother. I lost a brother. I know how that feels. So he was real genuine in what he was saying. So I listened to him. And he said, listen, I'm real open about everything. You can follow his IG page. He is. He said, I put everything on the table. So if we do this, I'm going to put this on the table too. So I was coming thinking they about to give my people what they owe. So I was like, I'm going to listen. Mom and them didn't even want to come to the table. So when I get there, Haley tells me, this the second time where I was like, nah, this dude is full of it. He said, well, the funds are not what they used to be. So I'm going to give your parents $200,000. Are we going to raise? No, this is what he said. He said, I'm going to raise awareness where we could get $200,000 to give your parents. But you will have to sign an affidavit because he could raise the money better if he was out here. So I was like, this dude think I'm a jackass? Like, you want me to sign an affidavit for him to come home that probably comes with a gag order that say I can't even talk about it, and you giving them a fraction of like what they were owed? So I was like, nah, we ain't doing it. So I had called my parents' attorney after. Now he might have felt like it was backdooring them, but that wasn't the case. So when I called my parents' attorney, I was like, listen, this what they try to say. I sat down because I didn't want him to feel disrespected either. But I wanted him to know like what I was doing because I more so wanted the truth out there. And he was like, I got it from here. Don't worry about it. And I don't know if he's been trying to talk to them now what they've been doing, but that was my situation with him. And that's why I was upset, and that's why I said the things that I said. So then after, when Master P called, it was with the new president, with Mr. Jerome. Mm-hmm. And I don't have no beef with Mr. Jerome either, so I want to apologize for what I had said about him at the time, because it wasn't with him. Now that I know the other guy's name, it was Ron Haley. But Mr. Jerome was okay too. He told me if I ever need anything to reach out to him. He's not here to pour salt on the wound, so to speak. So all of them had been respectful. It was just the stuff that the attorney had said. So.
Okay. And you said that the lawyer that's reaching out that's on for the NCA double, how you go to NCA double P?
NAACP.
NCAAP. Yeah, he's been disbarred.
Yeah, he's under investigation right now. That's the second time. So the first time was something funny with the fine. You can Google it. Ron Haley, attorney in Baton Rouge, and the first time was 2021, and then this time now with the Supreme Court.
So it should be now somebody else reaching out to you. Has somebody else reached out?
No, ain't nobody else reached out since then. Like I said, the numbers that I have Mr. Jerome's number, and I have his predecessor's number. But they've been okay. They've been respectful. My only thing with them, and Eugene, well, he told me man to man, because I asked him what he was doing, because like I said, I was hot in the beginning. And he said if it wasn't him, it would have been somebody. He was talking about the 10-2 law, and he was like, they were using Cmurder as the face of it. So my only thing, I say, I understand, and I'm very pro-black and pro-community with the things that I do. But it's just upset me because I said I only see you guys when it's a high-profile case. Where are you when the little kids taking the bad pretrial agreements, when they taking the bad deals because they don't have an attorney? Or it's black-on-black violence. Where are you taking care of that mother who lost her son and the stuff that she's going through? But I only see them on the high-profile cases. So I was like, I don't see you when it's the black kids behind the trigger. So, but Eugene explained to me, he was like, it's politics. And in the political field, they were, I guess whoever was running off of the Cmurder 10-2 law, and that's the stuff that they was trying to change. But I explained to him that the first verdict was 12-0. So I don't know if people even know that. The first one wasn't a 10-2 verdict. The first one was 12-0. And then the judge, Martha Sassoon, who's also stepped down, Google that paperwork as well, for corruption or whatnot. She's not a lawyer no more. Supposedly she the one that P gave the bag to at that time to make the stuff go away when he was heavily involved. So it was 12-0. The only reason he got a retrial was Martha Sassoon. The second one was 10-2, but you was still found guilty on the same basic. So it's not like, oh, he's just in there for 10-2. No, the first one was 12-0.
So when it comes to the money, how long have y'all been waiting?
2007, so what, 18 years now?
Do you honestly feel that you will ever get a penny from them?
Nah, I think it's like with most people, like the OJ case. OJ victims ain't see that money either. So I think it's more so of it probably was sent, what I know now in business, that it probably was sent to a parent company or it was washed somewhere else. But like that's the stuff back then that, you know, you didn't know to look into. And to my understanding, you only have a certain amount of time unless you file again, that it goes by the wayside.
You said when you talked to the lawyer, he wanted y'all to sign an affidavit. Are y'all still able to do that to get him to come home?
My parents wouldn't do that anyway, but I know that's what would come with it. They would say you'll have to sign an affidavit saying you okay with him coming home, or you okay with the time being dropped, or any of that type of stuff, because that's what they will want you to sign. And then what will come next would be a non-disclosure, so you can't talk about it no more, so you can't bring it up.
Right. So with the course, as far as the course is, he done took every step possible to come home.
Yeah, and courts, over. Yeah, it's over in the courts.
So y'all can, but I'm asking because this is knowledge for me. Y'all are able, your parents, if they sign, they will be able to allow him to come home.
What they say is not law, so that wouldn't allow him to come home to say the door's going to be open. Right. But let's say he went up before a clemency board, or he asked for clemency, then obviously it would help.
Okay, cool.
Because you would say, okay, I got the victim's family on my side, or they forgive me. Remember I told you with mine, they didn't forgive me, but I didn't get mad because I was of mature status at that time, and I understood. I can't say you got X amount of time to forgive me. Plus, when I say I'm sorry, my sorry is not only to you, it's to God. So if I did everything I can, then the way you react shouldn't matter if I'm really sorry or not. Because I'm really sorry whether you forgive me or not. But at that point, all the weight is lifted off my shoulders. So now your battle is with God and how you handle what happened. Even though I was the cause of it, I asked for your forgiveness and I told you I'm sorry, and I meant that I was sorry. But I don't have to carry that weight no more because I apologize from the bottom of my heart. Now it's on you whenever you feel free to say, hey, I'm sorry. I accept your apology.
I wanted to ask you, and I see you have it with you. You have some paperwork. Mm-hmm. What did you bring with you, and what is it saying?
So this is the paperwork of the courts, the appellate courts of the 24th Judicial District Court. So this tells everything that happened in there. I was trying to get Wango's one too, but when I went on there, I couldn't pull it. I have to go back in. But we were in New Orleans. I had all of this stuff in the box. But the stuff I wanted to show you more and to read, because they always ask me about the witnesses, and I know you even asked me one time. So the first one being Peanut, being Darnell Jordan. So I just read, I'll leave this with you and you read on your own time, but I'm going to just read a few. So it says, Darnell Jordan testified a few minutes after the shooting that he told Detective Kevin Nichols of the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office that the shooter was Cmurder. He explained that he knew and trusted Detective Nichols, who worked as a detail officer for the club. He further testified that he had no doubt that the defendant shot the victim. However, he admitted at times during the investigation that he denied who the shooter was because he was scared for his life. He feared retaliation from the defendant and his clique. The Wango Wayne Cobbins agreed to the witness tampering, and he went in there and threatened him why he was scared at times. Darnell testified that he later received a phone call from one of the club owners and was told something that caused him to concern for his life. Because he was afraid of the defendant, he called Detective Nichols on January 17, 2002, met with Nichols, Donald Klager, and Lieutenant Thurman and told them that the defendant was the shooter. He identified him in a photographic lineup as the person who killed Steve Thomas and later explained that he was testifying because the victim's father lost a son and it was the right thing to do. So just for those that say he ain't say what happened, he told immediately what happened the night of the shooting.
And who was, you said Peanut?
Yeah, Darnell Jordan.
And who was that?
That was the bouncer.
Okay.
The other one was Kenneth Jordan, and he had got a young girl pregnant, and what happened with him, I think they ended up killing the baby or something. And then when that happened, he said he knew how it felt to lose a child. So even though he was a pedophile, he called and was like, he want to say what happened that night and what went on with Cmurder. So when they later changed it, this stuff is in black and white. Ain't nobody make them change that. They call on their own accords of calling the police station on different times, asking for protection. So just so you know.
Okay. I want to ask you something. So let's talk about some of I saw in the comments. They asked about this cash money chain. They said, so I seen some people say Terrence gave it to you and you're affiliated with the cash money. What's your response to that?
A lot of people asking about the chain.
I see it in every video we drop. I see the comments, somebody saying you got the cash money chain.
What the chain meant to do what it's doing. I'm leave it at that.
I know that's right. Let's move on, bro. I want to ask you some more stuff. No, you got things to do. I don't want to hold you up. Let's talk about it. How long were you homeless?
18 months, bro, total.
Where did you stay during the time of your homelessness?
Downtown Dallas. I slept in front of the YMCA gym because I had a membership. That's where I would shower. I would get you see how I'm dressed now? I stayed dressing like I had like 5 suits that I had bought from the Goodwill, as a matter of fact. And I still shop at Goodwill till this day because they got decent clothes in there. So I know y'all see the Prada and the Gucci and all of that other stuff too. I just wear that stuff to my regular job. Most of these suits I bought at a discount price, no matter how good they look. So I bought like 7, 8 suits, and I would get them pressed in the cleaners so I didn't look homeless. And they would press it, and then I would just park at the YMCA like 5 in the morning when I got out the night job, and that's where I would post up at and sleep in the car.
While you were homeless, were you able to find food regularly, or was it a major challenge as well?
No, remember I had 2 jobs, so it wasn't a typical on the corner panhandling.
Okay.
I had my 9 to 5. It's just the pride wouldn't let me ask for help. So then when I got a nighttime job as a janitor, so I just stacked up in that 18 months to be able to purchase a home. So
you wasn't just like down under the bridge, because that's what.
Yeah, right. No, that's why I say I want them to know the truth.
Right. Okay.
And I probably at any time, to be honest, I could have stopped it. I could have called mama. I could have called relatives, but the pride didn't want me to tell nobody. Like I lost my family. I lost the house.
This gonna stir some feathers right here. This gonna stir the pot on me. I said feathers.
Okay.
In a recent interview, there was a guy named Manny in the comments. What's your take on him? Do you think he's faking or he's just a fan?
Manny, shout out, man. That's my homeboy, Manny. What's up, baby? Man, I saw you on IG and everything, man. Manny, a good dude, man. He say he's Cmurder manager, so I ain't got no animosity. Manny told me he going to blow 2.5 mil, man. So I don't know. He might be in Havana right now somewhere. He might be in Dubai on a jet. He might be with Stunner Man on a plane, man. So I don't know, man. Shout out to Manny, man. Love you, boo-boo.
How does it feel to have people constantly coming at you online?
I think it was kind of expected, man. That, like I said, his fans was going to be his fans. His family, I didn't expect anything less because that's what family's supposed to do. So if you tell me your brother, your cousin, whomever, your right-hand man is like dead wrong, you're going to stand by his side till the end of time, then I'm like, hey, you loyal, you're going to stand by your family. But don't ridicule me for standing by mine because that's what I'm going to do too.
For the people who don't know, can you explain who Wango is?
Wango was Cmurder right-hand man, a.k.a. Bodyguard, a.k.a. Gave him street cred, supposedly. And people in New Orleans get mad when I say that. But he was signed to True Records, and that was his right-hand man. He was one of them out the Cali, a hard hitter and known enforcer out the Cali.
For the people who don't know, who is Wine Flowers? Jawine Flowers?
Wine Flowers. Yeah, same thing. They all was associated with the Cup Boys, to my understanding, and all part of Cmurder's crew. But Wine Flowers was the guy that I also read in the comments when people say a guy testified to the murder. So Wine Flowers was the one who said that he did it. And then when the DA asked for the death penalty, Wine Flowers said he didn't do it. And then he said that Cmurder tossed the gun over the bridge, and he gave the rest of the story. So,
can you speak on any witnesses who have recanted their statements?
yeah, we did. Darnell, the bouncer.
Oh, he recanted. He took that back.
Yeah, him and the pedophile took it back too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you, for them to do all of this in the beginning and then take it back later and say that they was threatened, that's how you know it's like BS. If you threatened by it, you're not going to call the police several times asking for protection and all of that stuff. So somebody got to them after it was all said and done to make them recant. But like I said, to each his own, man. You can't be God. You could try to manipulate everybody, but you can't manipulate the maker of the world.
In the comments, there are people who say that Cmurder is guilty. What do you say to them?
They read the paperwork. They understand. They read the dynamics of the case.
And what about the people that say he's not guilty?
Either they didn't read the paperwork or they just want him to be not guilty because they all put him in different places. I heard one dude said, I'm the one who picked him up from the club. Another one said, I'm the one who grabbed him when they was fighting. And I ran him to the door and we ran to the truck. Somebody else said he was in a DJ booth with me. Somebody else said he was in a bar with me. So either cloning was real popular back then and he was in 10 places at once, or they all full of it.
What's your first early interaction with Mickey Michelle?
The first early one, I think we was little, man, when she made me remember her mama, but we was little. As we got older, my first interaction, I didn't know who she was because she's obviously grown now and I ain't see her in years. And she commented on your channel.
Saw that.
Yeah, and when she commented, and she was like, ask your mama about my mama. And then when I asked my mama, and they used to call her mama Cat Eyes, because her mama pretty just like her. She get it from her mama.
I know that's right.
And my mama said, yeah, you know it. And when she went to explain it, I was like, dang. But yeah, but she real, bro. She solid. She behind the team. Positive girl, man. Ain't never on no BS. So shout out Mickey Michelle, man.
I saw in the comments she said she loved your brother. Do you remember them being in a relationship?
No, remember I was in jail. So all of this is...
While you was locked up,
right.
Okay. How does it feel to see all of the New Orleans natives get their shine on YouTube?
Oh, man, it feel good, man. I love the city. The good, the bad, like I say, all of it. Even the ones who go against. I'm like, man, I'm not mad at none of them boys, man. I love everybody from No Rap Podcast, No Rap Cap Podcast.
Shout out to them.
To the twins in Houston, what's they stuff?
Shout out to them.
Yeah, they always, I don't agree with them spiritually, but I like that they have their own mindset of the way they break things down. So I'm like, no, you could have a conversation with them without them being disrespectful, like agree to disagree. So that shows maturity. So I like they stuff. Of course, you and Giggity and Diesel, man. So
The winning team.
right. The winning team always there. So I love like all the New Orleans stuff, man.
At what age do you think young people should start presenting themselves in a more business-minded or professional way?
Oh, if I had my choice, I'm going to say out the gate at 18 because you're old enough to go to jail. But definitely over 30.
If you was advising to you, what would you say about the importance of appearance, especially in today's world?
Appearance is everything, man. Appearance and the way you react to situations are the two things that will save your life and keep you out of jail.
That's a good one. What's your take on cologne? Do you think it's a necessity for men to wear? If so, is there a certain type of style you recommend?
Yeah, the Gucci Guilty, man. That's my favorite, and the YSL. My two favorite colognes is the Gucci Guilty and the YSL, man.
Do you have any personal tips on saving money or giving?
Yeah, tithing. So you can't outgive God. So when I spoke on the last one, I was talking about the tithing. So you ain't got to tithe in the church. You could help somebody out. It's always going to come back. If y'all don't believe me, put that theory to the test. Go out. Don't count it. Don't tell nobody about it. Give it to somebody on the street. Help somebody in need. And watch how all that come back when you give it with a pure heart. So I would say start with tithing. And when you start with that, then God's going to bless you. The other thing is you don't have to go out trying to keep up with the Joneses. Just because your neighbor got a new car, you don't have to get a new car. Or they got a big boy Escalade on 30s, you don't need that, man. If it's just you, go get you a gas saver. If you on the road, you get something 35, 40 miles to the gallon, man, instead of trying to fit in with everybody else. And then the rest of that money you can save.
How did your family celebrate Easter?
We went to church. My daughter on the dance team. And then after, so I tried not to, it's hard because you don't want to ruin the kids' experience. So I try not to participate in like the pagan holidays. Now, again, I'm far from a saint, so I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea to say I'm holier than thou. So I would get like the eggs, but instead of putting candy or all that stuff in it, I get the plastic one and put like a Bible verse in there or something that they can understand. So my son too, but my daughter, she's about to be 14.
What does Easter mean to you?
Resurrection, man. Christ dying for our sins.
What was the message in church?
So the message in church was don't take what God did in vain. So he didn't preach from a traditional aspect of just Christ is risen. It's like, why did he die in the first place? And do you understand that? And we have to die in the flesh. So when we try to live in the flesh, a bunch of stuff go wrong. But when we die to our flesh and say, I'm going to live for Christ, he's going to give you all that other stuff anyway.
In Malachi 3:10, it says, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. Improve me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts. If I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there should not be room enough to receive it. Mm-hmm. Do you believe this verse is referring to physical food in the church, or is it more symbolic of spiritual nourishment and provision?
I think it's both. So I think, like I said, he's going to take care of all your needs. But I also think that it comes from the spiritual aspect of you're gonna be full. He's gonna give you, you're gonna have more than what you need physically and spiritually.
Jumping back to the Cmurder, Have you spoken to the lawyer recently, or is there any ongoing communication?
No, haven't spoke to him in about a year. That attorney that I was telling you about. So I don't know, like what's going on with that.
Where were you when you find out he has been suspended?
Oh, and at home, I got a call from my family attorney, and then he let me know like, hey, he's being disbarred again. So I was like, again, what you mean? He said it happened in 2021.
At any point, did you feel like he was being dishonest or shady?
I think he was being, I don't think more so shady, but I think he tried to play on my appearance. So he thought I was green, that I didn't know nothing. So, but I'm glad, and I'm a nerd audience. So I think that's why he came in there with the money gone. He don't have this, I'm gonna give you 200 grand. Like he think we still in poverty, to where I'm gonna jump and say 200 grand is a lot of money.
Are you planning to take any legal action against the lawyer or try to recover any of the funds?
Nah, man. If God don't give it, then it ain't meant to be. My reason for speaking on it, because I wanted to speak on it, and I still feel like my family deserve it, but I also feel like it's fighting a losing battle. But I say they good. I take care of them.
Do you believe he may have been in cahoots with any members of Cmurder's family?
Who, the attorney?
Yeah.
Mine or his we speaking of?
His lawyer.
Oh, no, I think he probably, however they rock with the NAACP, like I said, I think they move on money. So because they move on money, I think he probably was already broke off to say what he said.
Okay. And let's just clear the record up. I know you said they've been in the comments, and I seen it also. They've been saying me, you, and Terrence gangsters in cahoots, trying to tarnish the man's name. What's your feedback to that?
Man, that is some bull if I ever heard it. Like I just gave everybody their props on their podcast. I just want to know why we can't get our props on this podcast. So crypto need me, I'm coming through. Gangster need me, I'm coming through. I need them, they come through. That's all it is. So if the brother say he got a question and he want to ask me a question, if I choose to answer it, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to give him what he asked for. And that's more so out of love and respect, because that's how I was greeted by them brothers. And Gangsta don't hold nothing from me, man. Matter of fact, he tell me that he's good with Cmurder's cousin, on the other dude on the Think Twice podcast. And I said, I don't feel no type of way, but like, it is what it is. I don't know dude. I'm like, I don't have no animosity towards him. If he got animosity towards me, God bless him. I said, but I don't know him. So Gangsta was like, nah, I just want you to know. And these are my brothers. The same with Joker from Real Life Street Stars. And I was like, man, Joker full of it. Could be that he African and he always lie. Yeah, Joker, I said it. But I was like, nah, man, he believed what he believed. So I said, until he called me, then that's what it is. I say, but I don't have no issues, man. But yeah, it's not that, man. Gangsta got a question, I answer it. You got a question, I answer it. So I don't think like, the Three Musketeers sitting here trying to sabotage Cmurder. Like, no, that's not it. Because most of this stuff you ain't even know either. You wanted to know. Right. So I was like, nah, I'll present it.
Okay, so in closing, bro, if I gotta remind you, you gotta shout your podcast out. Is it any shouts out? Anybody you want to give a hello to?
Yeah, man. Trinity Team, make sure y'all subscribe. Trinity Team -504 is gonna pull up like that. The other one is my team, 3 Ps in a Pod podcast. Check them out. Check out my brother CryptoGeezy. He owned it, and he doing his thing, and y'all saw everybody been showing him love. And of course, OG Giggity, because he the one that gave us this platform on how to do things. And I saw him and Diesel been coming together. Matter of fact, they've been doing the Up With Us podcast. I said, what they doing? But I said, it's all in the family. So shout out, man. Them my shout outs. I hope everybody continue doing well. I hope that they blessed beyond measures. And my girl Heidi J, man, she the female Rainwater here in Dallas, Fort Worth. So watch her. She got some couple things on her way too.
Quick question with the 3 Ps in the podcast. That's right, 3 Ps podcast.
3 Ps in the podcast.
Okay. When y'all there's a certain time y'all go live or
we try to do it every Friday. Every Friday between 1 and 2 p.m. We try to do it once a week because we get the news issues of the week, and then we speak on it where I come from a Christian standpoint. Like I say, the homie come from his standpoint, and then my girl C Love comes from a single mom standpoint.
Okay, y'all, well, there y'all have it. This CryptoGeezy. Shout out to the whole crypto gang, Sam Mize TV, like always. Thank you for the questions. My twin, Breezy, for the mic. Y'all can hear us loud and clear in the whole crypto gang. Shout out to First Lady Mel, also D, Dan Yeezy, whoever I may forget, y'all know who it is. We out of here.
It's your girl Choppy, y'all know, the one and only video vixen. Subscribe to CryptoGeezy, you know what it is.
Hey yo, this your boy Mr. Man, represent one half of the group Partners in Crime. Y'all make sure y'all tune into my man CryptoGeezy, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. Every time he drop it, exclusive. Holla.
Gas the realest, man. You already know what this is. No Rap Cap Podcast. I go by the realest, man. No other way. I'm rocking with CryptoGeezy. Make sure y'all tune to him. I rock with him, so make sure y'all rock with him.
Look, right now, we on that west side, that Sabotage shit, that shit I started for real. We with CryptoGeezy, you now rocking with D-Day, the west side landlord when it come to this music shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all come to this side, y'all gotta tap in with me, y'all.
Hey y'all, it's your girl thick ass Daphne, and you are watching CryptoGeezy.
Well, what's down this t-shirt, you heard me? Uptown in the building, you heard me? You know I got a new single coming out called Free Holes. BBG and thick ass Daphne, you heard? I need y'all to subscribe to CryptoGeezy. Believe that, you heard me?
Let's go, boom.
What's up with it, man? It's your homie, Big Homie Show, man. Now, for real, though, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to CryptoGeezy, man. Subscribe, hit the like button, man. Y'all watch this shit, man. Tell them Big Homie sent you, straight up. Now, for real, though.
Big vibes over here, will never change. And if you find it, no, let me hear you scream. Good day, morning to my mother.